Hello, I'm Pastor Joe, and welcome to Impacts, where I want to offer you some practical helps, tips, and ideas to nurture and strengthen your faith in, your commitment to, and your relationship with Jesus Christ. You know, we're all called to be in, to read, and to study the Bible, which is God's Word. So before we get into how to study the Bible, I want to share with you today some tips and plans and ideas of how to make Bible reading a regular part of your life. So come on, let's get started. You know, when we think of reading a book, it's really quite simple. We pick up a book, we turn to the first page, and we read all the way to the end. We do it without even thinking about it. You know, many people will pick up the Bible and do the same thing. They'll turn to Genesis 1 and they'll start reading and they'll work their way through the Bible, and they do quite well. But my experience and what I hear from many other people, it doesn't always go like we plan. Often what will happen is you'll turn to Genesis and you'll do well, because there's some great stories in Genesis. We love Genesis. We get through Genesis and we reach Exodus, and Exodus has some outstanding stories, and we just feel like we're building up some steam and we're going along. And as soon as we finish Exodus, we get to Leviticus. We get into all the Levitical codes and we begin to stumble. And as soon as we get through Leviticus, Deuteronomy and Numbers are waiting for us with a 1-2 punch that will often just knock us to the canvas for the 10 count. So I want to offer you today some plans and ideas to help keep that from happening so that you can make Bible reading a regular part of your life. Many people like to read through the Bible in a year. And there are all kinds of websites and that you can go to and find plans. Just go to Google and put in Bible reading plans, and all kinds of sites will come on. In the description below this video, I'm going to list several of the sites that I like the plans they've laid out. You can click on the link those and check those out, or you can do your own Google search. If you'd rather not go through the internet to find that, you can also go and you can pick up a 1-year Bible. This is the 1-year Bible. It comes in various different translations, and for each day, you just go to the day. It's marked at the top, the date is. And each day, there is an Old Testament, a New Testament, and usually either a psalm or a proverb reading for the day. And you just work your way through. It's really quite simple. You don't have to flip back and forth in the Bible. I've used this quite a bit. I really like it, so that is one option as well. Personally, I've never been too concerned with trying to get through the Bible in 1 year. I am more concerned with making reading the Bible a regular part of my life and then just reading through it. So I want to share with you what I do. And this is a plan that I've been doing, for about 10 or 15 years. And it has worked well for me. It's simple, doesn't take very long, and you may find it helpful as well. So every day, there's 2 things that I read in the Bible. There's a psalm, and then I read another chapter in a book. So when I began this, I turned to the book of Psalms and Psalm 1. So every day, I just read the next psalm. Now, the only exception to that is when I get to Psalm 19, because it is long. And so I've divided that into 3 days worth of readings. And then when I get to the end of Psalms, I finish Psalm 150, I just go right back to the beginning and I start again. When I began, I also then turned to the Gospel of Matthew. Matthew is an easy gospel, easy book of the Bible to get into and read. I started with chapter 1. I went to chapter 2. When I finished Matthew, I went on to Mark. When I got to the end of Revelation, I turned to Genesis and I started the same thing. So over the years, I can't tell you how many times I've read through the Bible, but over the years, every morning I read a psalm and then a chapter in whatever book I happen to be working in. Doesn't take long. And then over time, again, you've read through the whole book. You get the flow of the whole story. It's just a great, easy way to go about reading the Bible regularly. So look, as usual, I have a challenge for you. So one of the things I want to trust is that you have found a Bible that you enjoy reading, a Bible that you're comfortable with. And now I want to challenge you to make reading that Bible a regular part of your life. I would encourage you to try to do it every day. You may not make it every day, but if you try to do it every day, it's going to be a regular part. And then once you make that commitment, then you need to decide how you're going to do it. Do you want to get a 1-year Bible? Do you want to go online or go somewhere and find a 1-year reading plan? Or you can get a 2-year reading plan. You can find all kinds. Or you can do something similar to what I do. It really doesn't matter as long as you are in God's Word and you are regularly reading and you are working your way through. I hope that you will join me next week. What we're going to do next week is we're going to start looking at some basic Bible tools, some basic tools and resources for you to use in your own personal study of the Bible. I hope that you will take the time to like this video. I hope that you will take the time to share it with your friends. I hope that if you have any thoughts on this video or this series, that you'll leave them in the comment section below, or if you have any ideas for things we can do in the future, leave those comments as well. Well, look, until we get together next week, I hope that God's blessings will be with you.